Welcome in, folks. When you eventually get in, let me go live on TikTok as well, just to. Is anybody in yet? Drop me a comment. I can't see. Can we be friends? Taz, can always rely on you, buddy. Can't. Can always rely on you. How many's in Taz at the minute? I'm just going to go live on TikTok. Welcome in, Lindsay. Welcome in, Taz. Welcome in, Steele. Hi, bud. In work, but still listening. That's the best way to do it. Get paid while listening to UFO stuff. That is genius move. That is godlike behaviour. You should be proud of yourself there, Stephen. Why should you do it when you're not getting paid? Don't make sense. Do it when you're at work getting paid. On the toilet having shit. Just godlike. The setup's getting better every stream, but thank you. I'm trying my best. Your comments are now on the screen. Like I said, hi Gilliam, Fast Man Java. Welcome. TikTokers, I'm live on YouTube. If you're heading over to YouTube, I won't be staying on TikTok much longer. Just going to go through a few videos. One of them is going to be the Soul Foundation, where we go through Avi Loeb and Paulina Luna stuff. We've got Ross Coulthard's Q&A. He goes through a few interesting things. A little bit of an update on Free Eye Atlas, and something that I've just come across today. Footage. He edited NASA UFO footage. Someone was sent some footage by mistake, some NASA employee. So we're going to look at that. I've not seen it yet, so I'm going to see it for the first time. Hopefully it's not shit, but we'll see. We'll have a look. Please make sure to like, do the thing, the subscription things and stuff like that. Right, let's go. Let's get straight into it. Can't see because TikTok's in the way. Let me move your fat head there. Right, we'll start with this. No, in fact, we'll start with this.
Speak to what you think the most credible.
So this chapter I'm playing is the next bit I want to get to, which is David Grush's credibility and his he's been threatened basically.
Even if it's about some of this weird stuff, but also about other things that I think people they know less.
Oh, just a bit of an update. I've reached out to I think it's called Dwarf 3. It's a telescope. Hopefully I'm going to be getting one for free, because I've said, listen, I've got a social media channel, I've got a biggish following, and I can hopefully try and promote it for you. They emailed me back today, and what it is, it's wireless, so I can stick this in the garden, and I could live stream what I'm observing on that telescope outside. So I'm hoping to be able to do like one couple of streams a week doing that. As it's getting darker now, it's getting darker early and stuff like that. So I would like to start doing things like that. And the fact it's wireless and it operates the way it does, it's perfect for me. So that's why I've reached out. I didn't think I'd hear anything back. I got an email back within 20 minutes. So I'm currently working on something there. Hopefully I can do it. And I can advertise the product for him. If it's any good. If it's shit, I'll sell you it's shit. If it's good, I'll tell you it's good.
About what you guys have heard. I mean, you said recently in public that you were exposed in a classified environment to some pretty compelling photographic and visual evidence.
Yeah, what I can tell you is so far, I think the best hearing that we had was that first hearing.
Just what I say, this is Soul Foundation, right? The slow disclosure movement. We're seeing the slow disclosure movement, aren't we? Let's just face that. We've now got a government. This is what's really interesting. We've got a government person, and the other guest is Avi Loeb, which is the academic person. And what are the first two stages? Government acceptance, academic acceptance. We've now got governments and academics speaking on podcasts on the Soul Foundation. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to the slow disclosure thing, because I think that's what we're being led. In fact, we've been told that's how they're going to do it. And we've totally just forgot about it. Well, I haven't, but people have. They forgot about it.
And so far, David Grush has been someone that I've actually, and it's really bizarre to see the attacks that come into some of our witnesses, especially after we announce them. But so far, he's been able to not just help point us in the right direction as far as being able to turn over the correct rocks and then also flush out who both the good and bad actors are. But, I was also in the military, and when I'm interacting with him, I do not get any sense that he is full of nonsense. I think that he takes this very seriously. And then when you realize that a lot of these witnesses, look, we had tried to get another hearing with the task force before this one, and every single witness we had reached out to said that they didn't want to testify because they were scared for their life. And these were not people that you see in the media. These were not, podcasters or anyone who's made a career talking about it. These were legitimate, former military and or military contractors, and they were literally afraid of being killed. And then
Hello,
we
Melissa,
had
welcome
David
in.
Grush tell us directly that he was actually felt in fear of his life, and some weird things had happened prior to that first hearing. And then I would encourage all of you to actually reach out to him, because even just yesterday, I actually went into the skiff with David Grush and Eric Burleson. And prior to that skiff meeting happening, there was something really bizarre that took place with David Grush, and it's being handled at the law.
Yeah, something happened to David Grush. I don't know if you heard about that. It's being handled by law enforcement, which he just finishes off here.
Enforcement level, but things like that happening are not normal, especially being that David Grush is currently Eric Burleson's congressional staffer. And so you're seeing a lot of stuff now flush out. And what I can tell you is we are trying to actively push to release the information that we've seen to the American people.
Have you seen the Red Moon? Yeah, I put it live for a bit on TikTok while I had my tea. We'll have a look at that in a minute if you want, because it's getting to about 7:30 when apparently the UK will see it. So remind me in the comments. But get on over to YouTube, because otherwise you can't see it. You're just going to hear me talking about it.
And so, again, you have this aspect of this disinformation campaign that's taking place, trying to discredit it. And
Pops over from TikTok. Welcome over, Lord Leonid. That's a brilliant name. Lord Leonidas.
Frankly, don't care at this point, because what I can tell you is the people that are genuinely interested in the actual science of this, the people like Dr. Avi Loeb who actually can provide the data to back this stuff up, those people know the truth. And so we're not necessarily doing this for the people on X that are trying to discredit it. We're doing for the people that are actually taking this seriously.
The moon's not up yet, Matt. Does someone put it up? I want that job. Who puts the moon up? Heather. Who puts the moon up? I think the moon's always up. It's funny that.
And then also to remember, this is a very, very big deal, especially from a national security perspective. And so I've actually also had meetings with officials of foreign governments. I won't get into what those governments.
Trump will give us nothing. No Epstein. Hey, Matt came over from TikTok. Welcome over. Yeah, you're right. What'll end up happening is someone will get the blame for it. There'll be a fall guy for the Epstein stuff. And what they'll do is they'll keep putting fall guy after fall guy after fall guy into it until people accept that, right, it's dealt with now. That's what'll happen. We'll keep getting fall guys.
Are, but I did ask for
Watching you on both.
Any information that they could share in
I
regards
appreciate that
to
if you
this
can watch me on
topic.
both.
And I bring that up because the U.S. government is not the
Who's coming to my live, by the way, on Tuesday to watch the Congress hearing with me? Who's going to come and support the lad from Manchester and not these ones that are massive? Who's going to come and support me and sit with me and watch it with me? An actual researcher, not a fucking grifter.
Only government that has taken a particular interest in this. And there are going to be, I think there's going to be some information presented in the upcoming hearing from George Knapp on the topic. But again, we've been able to branch out and talk to other governments in regards to this. So ultimately, I was happy to support.
Who is the grifter? Oh, everybody's grifting. Everybody. I hate people that are grifting. Anyway, please make sure to send me 10 what? I fucked that joke up. I fucked it up. Let's carry on.
Dr. Avi Loeb's efforts specifically on what he's doing. And I think a lot of people saw that letter, Avi, and they're just like, well, that's interesting.
I come from Germany. Welcome.
Well, good segue. Let's move to that. And Avi, look, you've been a trailblazer in science on this and related issues, and your most recent work on this interstellar object is not yet well known even to people who follow this and related science. So
10 is in the post, Matty. Yep, we'll be here. Over. You happy? Yes, wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. I'm happy. Are you going to put a shirt on? You've been shirtless for the last 2 years on your profile picture. You must be cold by now. Put your shirt on. What was I going to say? Yeah, just come over and watch it with me. Come over and watch it with me. Why not? At least I'll interact with you. I'm not just going to sit there like the rest of them will.
Maybe you could just say a word about.
You don't need to send super chats for me to read your comments. That's what really pisses me off about social media channels. If you send a super chat, fantastic. I'll read it, but I'll read any comment anyway if I can. When I get massive and there's billions of people every single stream watching me live, every single person on the planet watching me live, then I'll struggle.
Significance of this and why I think you've got data on this, which is even more compelling than you did on Oumuamua.
Well, first, I wanted to salute the Congresswoman Luna for her vision and her courage in addressing this subject. And I think we have a lot of things in common. We both started in the military. We both did not lose our childhood curiosity. When there is something anomalous, we want to figure it out and not listen to stories of people who pretend to be the adults in the room.
What time should I come to watch? So on Tuesday, I'll be live from 2 p.m, which is an hour before the hearing. So make sure I'm set up nice and early. Potentially have some co-hosts up. Maybe able to get some guests up. Depends which way I go about it. If I just go fully onto TikTok and do it, or I do it through YouTube, I'd rather do it through YouTube because I can set more things up. It looks a bit better. But I can understand why TikTok would be a benefit as well. Could I do both? I don't know. I can't do both at the minute because I haven't gamed for so long or something. I've got a game stream or something to keep my access on Streamlabs. That's why a lot of people have problems with Streamlabs getting their access revoked on TikTok, because they have to have a certain amount. 50% of it has to be gaming content. So I've stuck this down as gaming, hoping it'll fool it to thinking it's gaming, but it's not. But no. But yeah, between 2 and 3 p.m. I'll be up.
Now, of course, this subject has connotations in the context of national security, and of course that needs to be attended to. But if it has any scientific merit, we better figure it out. And most recently, on July 1st, there was the third interstellar object that was discovered.
He's always got that face, Avi, and like he's looking into someone's bumhole. Watch his face. I'm not lying. Watch his face. You can't see it on TikTok. You come over to YouTube, watch his face. It's like he's trying to see inside someone's bumhole.
And appear to be very unusual, very anomalous in terms of its size and trajectory. The size, based on its brightness, if it's just a solid surface reflecting sunlight, the size was inferred to be between 20 and 46 kilometers. That's a huge object, and there is not enough rocky material in interstellar space to deliver such a rock to the vicinity of Earth over a period of a decade. You would expect it to come once per...
Man, I seen a couple of TikTok people making videos about you and your interview you did. Yeah? Who? No, it was good. Yeah, our interview made it onto the Y-Files. We've got 2 little clips of us there on the Y-Files. I've actually unfollowed a few people that I've helped over the last couple of years, purely because I think they're ignorant bastards and they're out for themselves, and there's no rule in life that says I have to be your friend forever and I will just cut you out of my fucking life. So I've got no animosity towards them. I just think they're not for me. So 2 quite big content creators that I helped, I no longer follow. Can't be arsed with them. It's their own fault.
Several tens of thousands of years. And it's 1 million times more massive than the previous
Patrick.
interstellar objects. Oumuamua.
Patrick who? Do you mean Vetted? Vetted's not spoken about it recently, I don't think. If that's who you're on about. Patrick Jackson has, if that's who you mean. He's amazing. Vetted spoke about Tom DeLonge. I don't know, just, yeah.
And Borisov. I had actually a very brief question
on
that I wanted
you,
to ask
yeah. Do you know
Representative Luna.
it's more than 2 clips. It's at like 1.4 million views, that Y-Files thing, in like 24 hours. You know, it makes me physically sick how good he is. But we've all had millions of views, haven't we? I have on TikTok. YouTube, man, that's insane. You've got to aspire to these people, and a person I really do like is AJ, and his channel is fantastic, man. You can only aspire, like, look for the good ones. Sean Ryan, AJ on his Y-Files, and obviously Joe Rogan. But I'm on about, like, people I really like. I'd put Y-Files, Sean Ryan. Can't think of a third one.
Nah.
Right, this chapter here, what I play, this is talking about telepathy tapes interviewing Stargate and the Tic Tac and PSYOP reaction. So let's take a look at this.
Russ, we have a question coming in on the interview that you just did on the telepathy tapes. Hi, just one question about tests. Have they contacted or plan to contact someone from Stargate, as those topics seem to me as similar or even the same?
Well, I mean, obviously, the people who ran Stargate are still, some of them are still alive. Hal Puthoff's still alive. Russell Targ is still alive. And I know a couple of other people who were involved in the Stargate program. Yes, I mean, I do agree. I mean, I think what Stargate shows is that the CIA particularly was willing to fund investigative research right back in the 1970s and 1980s into psychic so-called phenomena. And indeed...
no, he didn't credit us, Y-Files, actually, because I don't think he knew where the original... because it was multi-hosted. I dropped a comment in though saying you can see it on my channel and stuff like that, but it is what it is. I'm not going to argue and stuff like that. I understand why he probably didn't, because it's probably difficult to find out who he was, unless you could use his researching and look at the names and think, all right, I'll have a look for that name. But he must have watched the interview somewhere, right? I don't know.
If you speak to the people as I have done, it's quite clear from talking to Russell Targ in particular and Hal Puthoff that the program, the Stargate program, was not the failure that it has been represented to be by...
Did Ross fall out with Bryce Sable? I don't think so, no. I think they've just moved separate ways. I think what it is, he's got commitments to News Nation. Anything that's big, he has to really, in his contract, he'll probably need to break that on News Nation, which kind of probably pisses Bryce Sable off because they've got a podcast and they want to be the breaking news and stuff like that. So I can understand I can understand the breakup, and I can understand how busy he is. Nearly every single day he's on social media doing interviews and speaking about this. He probably hasn't got time for this like sideshow with Bryce Sable. So I totally get it, and I can't see them both being childish and arguing about it. They'll just be friendly, like, I'm a bit busy, I can't do it. I'm in Australia or in the United States and all that crap. It makes more sense to have Richard Dolan on there. Makes more sense. We've got someone else in the mix now, and we still get Ross Coulthard anyway, because he's on News Nation, so there's no point in him taking up too much of the pie. Let's share it out, let's get someone else in, and I think Richard Dolan, a lot of people like him.
So many of the debunkers, it did in fact demonstrate valid, usable data, and indeed President Carter...
Yeah, thank you for putting a shirt on, I appreciate that.
...himself acknowledged that there was a particular case that he'd been briefed about, which at the time was still classified, but which, because he as president spoke about it, was able to be declassified, and that involved the detection of a Soviet-era aircraft that had crashed in the African jungle that was detected by a remote viewer to within a few kilometres of its crash location, and it allowed the retrieval of that aircraft before the Russians could get to it. Now, I'm aware of other highly classified, still in operations involving remote viewing, which to this day are still classified because they haven't been spoken about by a president. Hopefully Donald Trump might, as president, be willing to speak more openly about the ongoing PSI program that I do know exists inside the US government. I've actually spoken to people that have been involved in collaborations with US government agencies doing remote viewing.
Is there anything you'd like me to add for Tuesday's stream that I don't add already. Like I have different screens here, so just to go through stuff. So I have the cam one here. Then I have like the big screen one that's here. And then I have the me and the camera one. Is there anything you'd like me to add for the thing here? Any widgets? Anything you think that could make the live better, more engaging? I don't know. I'll change it on TikTok too. Shouldn't be using my dad's pictures anyway. Is that your dad? I was going to say something then, but I might get bin bagged for it. Same with Enoch. TikTokers, get on over to YouTube so you can watch this with us. Unless you're watching it on both, but you need to let me know in the comments if you've come over from TikTok.
Right now, it's still happening. Remote viewing is...
Also, I don't know how to add chats to the big screen. So if I wanted to highlight your chat without you sending if you send a super chat, I still can't add your chat to this screen for some reason. I don't know how to do that. I did speak to Polarity, but he said it's a lot of pissing about. But I think there's probably an easier way, and I just think I need to find that right smart person that can just show me, and I'll do it. Because I'm doing everything else myself. I just can't work out how to get the super chats on the screen. So if you was watching it on TV, you'd see it on the big screen, so everybody can see it. Wear a tinfoil hat. I came from... Do you want me to wear a tinfoil hat? Do you want me to dress up like an absolute pleb for Tuesday's hearing?
Still being used as an intelligence tool by the Americans, and you can bet your bottom dollar by the Russians and by the Chinese. There's been a very, very clever PSYOP disinformation operation to convince the public through...
Right. Okay, I'll wear a tinfoil hat. You want a funny stream? Is that what you're getting at? You want me to look an absolute twat for you? I'm game, let's do it.
Movies like The Men Who
Well, if
Stare
you
at...
join and then start giving me shit saying, "Oh, look at him with his tinfoil hat and taking piss at me," you've got to be in on it. You've got to treat me like a cult leader. You've got to be like, our leader. You've got to call me all that for new people that might come in. You've got to make it look like I'm some sort of cult Heaven's Gate leader or something like that. And that my word matters and everything I say, you follow, right?
Goats, based on the John Ronson book.
Your chats are on the screen. Yeah, the thing is, these chats are. I can make that bigger as well. But I mean, if you send me a super chat, if you was to send me, it'd show up now. Actually, I'm talking like an absolute pleb now. Yeah, if you sent me a super chat now, it would show up on the screen here. But you know, on them other ones where it comes up in the corner, so it'll have like profile, the name, and then the super chat. You can do that on StreamYard, but I don't use StreamYard. I think Streamlabs and OBS is better. But there's got to be a way of doing it on that, and I can't figure out how to do it. It's really annoying me. But yeah, if you sent me a super chat now, it would show up on the screen here because it's got the chat box in. But I mean, actually, it shows your name fully, and it's just your comment in that corner. I don't know how to do it.
And it's pushed a line that essentially there is nothing to psi phenomena. There is a lot to psi phenomena, and what Kai Dickens and Dr. Julia Mossbridge and Professor Diane Hennessy-Powell have demonstrated, you will soon see in due course in a peer-reviewed journal, hopefully, papers basically demonstrating that they have been able to confirm telepathy, that telepathy is real. This is mind-blowing, and I think a lot of people have actually missed the implications of our interview with Kai Dickens and Dr. Julia Mossbridge. The implications are immense. It suggests that these non-verbal autistic children are doing something that has long been speculated about, but never proven. And if you believe what Dr. Julia Mossbridge told us, along with Kai Dickens in the interview that you can find on our Reality Check archive, you will see that they are saying that very soon Kai will be broadcasting on her forthcoming documentary sometime in 2020.
Let's just have a little a poll here on TikTok and YouTube. For some reason, TikTok are just not listening to me when I say it must be not as good as the YouTube one because you can't see what I'm on the screen. Who thinks 3i Atlas is something technological, and who thinks it's a comet? If you think it's something technological, put alien, and if you think it's just a comet, put comet in the comments. Let's see. In fact, I can run a poll up on this one.
26, and hopefully Dr. Julia Mossbridge will be publishing a
So smiley face alien, sad face comet.
paper at some stage as well to prove definitively that telepathy is real. It's getting really interesting in the world of high strangeness. A lot of the stuff that the debate...
It's neither. Interesting. What do you think it is then if it's not a comet and it's not an alien thing? What do you think it is? Could you think it could be... Let's answer this like Theo Von would. Do you think it's like God's turd? Like floating through the space? Do you think that? I think that's what Theo Von would think, right? Like God's turd. He's had a dump and it's sort of like shook it off and it's gone flying through space and it's heading towards us now and it's letting off this pungent smell and that's what the gases are and stuff like that. We were all home with these natural gifts but lose them at a later stage of life. Space pig. Has it been viewed by amateur astronomers? Yes, it has been viewed by astronomers, yeah. Matt Millward. What's with the angry face, Mark? He'll be dead within the tribulation soon. Cosmic isn't awake. Alien.
bunkers of pouring scorn at for so long is now becoming provable to the point where it's getting very hard for the debunkers to evade the truth.
Absolutely. We will go to Willie Taylor next. Hey, Russ, since you now know the Tic Tacs are Lockheed Tech, should we take everything David Grush says with a pinch of salt since he told you that the Tic Tacs are truly anomalous? Keep up the good work, mate.
Look, we don't say, and I've never said, that all Tic Tacs are Lockheed Martin. If you listen back to what I've said that my sources, multiple independent sources, have told me that the 2004 Tic Tac US Nimitz incident was in some way controlled or operated by Lockheed Martin, that it was a blue on blue. And if you think about it, why did the admiral of that battle cruiser fleet know and not register any surprise at all when he was approached and told about these objects?
What do you think about what Avi Loeb said? Avi Loeb said he changes his opinion every fucking minute, that guy. So now he's saying that it could be a ship that's coming in and is going to fire out probes, and those probes are going to come to Earth and stuff like that. Is there an actual accurate size on this thing as well? Like, there is some latest news on this, so let me just go back to this in a minute. So let's go to this. So this is Interstellar Comet, Free Eye Atlas shows comet tail in new image, and this was shared today. So this is the latest news. So this is what it looks like now. It looks like it's getting some sort of comet tail. Astronomers captured these images of a famous interstellar object live from the Gemini South Telescope room in Chile during Shadow the Scientist program in August 2025. So on August the 27th, 2025, researchers used Gemini multi-object spectrograph on the Gemini telescope, blah, 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 blah. These observations were taken as part of a public outreach initiative organised by NSF NORAD in collaboration with Shadow the Scientists. What's Shadow the Scientists? The program is an initiative created to connect the public with scientists to engage in authentic scientific experiments, such as astronomy, observing experiences on a world-class telescopes. The scientific program was led by Karen Meach, astronomer at the University of Hawaii's Institute for Astronomy. Mark D'Antonio, astrophysicist, is skeptical of Free Eye Atlas. Does tapping the hearts actually do anything on this like TikTok? Yeah, it says that you like the live and stuff like that. Yeah, it does do something. If everybody did, it'd do even more. And if everybody like Cloud Fart, Space Dog, it's a ship dropping off alien immigrants like District 19. Yeah, they're making new houses. That's all we need. When you blow up and get famous, don't forget us little people. I've already blown up. Have I not already blown up? I've already blown up. I've not forgot about yous. Something is suspect. We should have some clear photos. I've not blown up on YouTube. That's probably why. I've blown up on TikTok a long time ago. But yeah, I'll never change. I'll still be me. This is all smoke and mirrors. The shadow governments are putting into play the next step of absolute control. Wiggy Wiggy's put, yes, Dan. Yes, Dan. Not enough data. We will not get any high-res images. All data is essential via spectrum images, etc. Skinny Bob. Didn't Loeb say that it has headlights? He said something like that. He changes his mind very quickly all the time, that guy. Hi Soulfair, hi Cosmic, welcome in TikTokers. Heading over to YouTube, please. Not sure about this so-called thing in the sky map. Maybe it's just to blind us to what's really going on. Yeah, could be a distraction, you're right. Could be a distraction. There could be absolutely fuck all there, right? We're just being lied to, but there'd have to be a hell of a lot of people in on that conspiracy as well. And I don't think they are. But we're seeing, what's it called? Is it a convergence of things like happening with Dennis Harsberg, Beatrice, forming in with these different angles, whether it's the Peru mummies and all these things. Is it lagging or is it just me? It does seem to be lagging a bit then. It's definitely getting definitely getting a tail, isn't it? Right. Shadow the Scientist program. Do you want me to read that, or would you rather? Should we go straight into this? I'll read this bit. 3i Atlas is a rare object. Interstellar comets are extremely rare. So there's only been 3, I think, in the last so many hundred years. Is it? The effort, since we've been able to detect them. I don't really want to read through this because I think you're already aware of it. There's that much stuff on it, so I don't want to bore you. But I do want to look at this because I've not looked at this yet.
Ton of documentation on his credentials, and I'm satisfied he worked where he said he did and was in a position to review the footage he said that he did. With that said, he was a fun guy to talk to, and this is a really interesting NASA case.
With Google Workspace, you can
I recently heard about the Todmorden UFO story very close to Manchester. Yes, I'm actually in contact with that officer, that copper, on my Facebook, and I'm part of the UFO group now for that area, and I'm hoping to go to the location and do meetups with him, and I think it's in like the upstairs of a pub, so I'm up for that shit.
create a Gmail account with your own domain and branding, helping your business look professional in any...
So let's dig in. So tell us a story, man, because when I heard you talk about this, I was like, okay, I need to hear more about this.
Yeah, so a little bit about my background. I work in film and television. I am the co-director of our local film commission, so we do all the TV shows and movies. Prior to that, I was working in news, and I always preface this by saying, because when I say where I worked, it's people have a very
So just to let people know, this is going to be some footage I've not seen before, and this was apparently leaked to him by mistake by NASA. So for TikTokers that want to see this footage, I'm afraid you're going to have to come over to YouTube right now to watch it. We're going to be a couple of minutes away from when he releases that footage and shows that footage. So heading over to YouTube, UFOs around the world. Make sure you click notification bell, because for Tuesday as well.
Reaction. People either love it or they're like, "Oh my God, you work for the devil." But early 20s, I worked for Fox News. It was a good opportunity. I took it, and times are also very different then. I had left when things started to get very divisive. But throughout college, I interned every summer, and then I worked there.
Sorry, folks, give me a second. Sorry, TikTok, my battery's about to die. You're going to have to head on over to YouTube. Thank you for tuning in, TikTokers. Right. They're gone.
Part-time and full-time. And my first internship there, that summer of 2009, I was working in their documentary unit. And the 2 documentaries we were doing that summer were Apollo 11 and 9/11. It was an Apollo 11 special. So it was 2009, and technology isn't where it was now. Things weren't really digitized yet, or if they were, it was very, very different. So essentially, we you would have these big beta tapes, right? And you would put them into this machine and you would crank it to a time code, usually on a written log that came with the tape. Then you would send it off to get cut or whatever. I forget exactly how you would have to do it. But essentially, NASA was sending over these raw logs. So they were sending over footage from like the Apollo missions and various space missions. And we were basically tracking, if I remember correctly, the special, it was tracking like, Apollo 11 and then how like the space program has evolved since. So in this particular tape, it was towards the end, coming to the end of this documentary in the editing process. And we were looking for footage. It was.
I don't know, Dan. Dan File Hat's still in the live. He's still in the chat. Does this not sound familiar to you? These tapes being handed out to people.
This tape that NASA had sent over, and with it came a typed up log, and I was looking for a time code of, it was like George Bush speaking, so it had to be around, like, the footage had to be around from like 2001, 2002, maybe a little after that. And so I put this tape into this machine. It's again big beta tape, and I had to crank this dial to the time code listed on this written log. But the thing with these machines, you can never get the time code just right, because again, you're using a dial, right? It's not like the computers now where you just like go to the drag it to the time code. So I happened to go back a little too far. Again, this is the honest to God truth. May I drop it if I'm lying, hand on Bible. It was log footage, and it was the astronauts in the shuttle, and they were like talking down to ground control or whoever they were talking to, and they were like, it was a female speaking, I remember that, and she said it can't come back into orbit because of the UFO.
Decided to come home on with the orbit we're on orbit, that it will.
Now at the time I had my own office, so I was like, God, I wasn't supposed to see this, because again, this was like the raw logs, and this was not anywhere written in the logs. So
that it will.
Now back into orbit because of the UFO.
Decided to come home on with the orbit we're on orbit, that it will.
Now at the time I had my own office, so I was like, God, I wasn't supposed to see this.
What do you think of that one, people? I'm going to show you some NASA footage in a minute, actually.
Because again, this was like the raw logs, and this was not anywhere written in the logs. So I don't know if they sent this over by mistake. They didn't realize it was on the tape. So I closed the door, and I rewound a little further, and then you hear them talking, and they go, tracking the UFO now, and then the camera is outside, looking down at Earth, and you could see the Earth, and you see this gray circle moving beeline fast across like the surface of the Earth. And I called my boss in, and I was like, Clay, you have to look at this. He was a big skeptic, and he said, oh, that could be anything. That could be space debris, da, da, da. But I'm telling you, it wasn't. This thing was perfectly round, and it was moving so fast. And yeah, that was what I saw. And again, not listed anywhere. I don't think it was supposed to. If they knew that was on the tape, I don't think they would have sent it over to us. But I saw it, and fast forward now, years later, I was on YouTube. I'm a huge UFO buff. Like, I love anything ever since I was a child. And I came across that footage on YouTube. It said leaked NASA footage, and it was that exact footage that I saw. And I have been hunting for it now for the past 48 hours, and I cannot find it anywhere because, as you know, there's so much on the internet now. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. But
I'll show you something here then. Yeah, 1 minute then, if you've not seen it on my TikTok when I shared it. Is that it? No. Nope, it's not that. It's... 1 minute, folks. Let me open it up. That'll be media, won't it? One sec. So this is the image of the thing here. Watch this. That's a... How do I zoom in? Yeah, this here. That's the negative of the image that I've just shown you. This was released not long ago, which made us suspicious that Stephen Gray, that was vetting this footage for us, was up to something. Now that we didn't have this one, but we had this one. But the thing that we had is the video part of it as well, which I'm going to show you now. Now, people were saying, oh, the moon looks very small and stuff like that. It does, you're right. But I think it's perspective, and I think it's the... we're not seeing the full scale, with the full size of the moon, you see. See all this here at the back? That'll be the moon, but we just can't see it. It's all shaded, so it's not like that's just the moon and that's it. It's just cut off. So, and this here, there were people saying this from Mars and stuff like that. It's not. What do people think in the comments? What do you think of this footage? This is what me and Shiv and Dan was... Look, you can see it disappear. We're looking at a couple of months back when Shiv got Stephen Gray to help him to vet it and stuff like that. But things started to come out which made Shiv suspicious. So we said, right, let's just release it. And I think from now on, if we get stuff, we're just gonna release it. Yeah, Dan, I don't know if you was there a minute ago. Did you hear what I said? Have you just come back in or something? Did you just leave? Because I asked you about this. It's strange how they don't concentrate on the object. Well, yeah, I get that. It is strange why they don't concentrate, but we don't know if that camera was being operated by a person or it was stuck on some sort of craft and it was moving with the craft, so it didn't get a good... I don't know. I had a call, mate. Well, you just fucking end the call, don't you? What do you leave the stream for? Just put it down. So, this guy here shared some NASA footage. Where is it? And this, I'll show you the footage now quickly. I don't think it's very compelling. It reminds me of the STS stuff. Fucking this reminds me of the STS missions and stuff like that, which you can miles better footages of it.
Saying something about not being able to come back into orbit. So this clip I
see, our footage is better than that.
There is a female says the word orbit.
But he said there was a time where people was sending these NASA tapes and stuff to people, and things got mixed up and lost. Sounds very much like what happened to that guy that Shiv got in contact with, or got in contact with Shiv. Right, I'm going to go back now to...
of the names.
All right, thank you, Russ. Next question's coming from Ed. Hi, Russ and Megan. Has the question...
It's completely and utterly boring. Maybe it's the codes for the cleaning cupboards in the Department of Defence, but frankly, I don't think Cobra is going to be one of the names.
All right, thank you, Russ. Next question's coming from Ed. Hi, Russ and Megan. Has the question been...
So that UFO is city size then? I don't know. It's quite big.
Considered on why these aliens...
Again, it's hard with space to look at perspective. If you're assuming that is dead on, spot on next to the moon, then yeah, you could say it's like a city size thing, potentially even bigger. But it could be closer to the camera, and the moon could be in the background there, so...
themselves have not done anything significant to make themselves fully public. I mean, being more advanced than us, they are not our slaves. So nothing stops them from asking for a press meeting with, say, the US president or, for example, Zelensky, or contact Fox, CNN. news station, Al Jazeera, or some other channel and offer one or more interviews. As it is right now, they are hiding in the shadows while giving interested humans just enough sights here and there to keep them in a wild goose chase. Presumably that suits their aims, but that begs the question what those aims are. After all, they have done nothing to stop COVID-19 or any other issue here on Earth. Something to think about. Best, Ed.
Well, fans of the program
64 people watching. Thank you for coming over to YouTube. That's a decent number to have for a fairly newish YouTube channel. What I would say to you is, not all of you are commenting. It'd help if you did some commenting, ask some questions, give you a shout out if you got your own channels and stuff like that.
Will know that this is one of the questions I often ask myself. I mean, frankly, I do. I find it perplexing that if there is an NHI...
And I hope you all come here on Tuesday. Me and Dan might be doing it with me as well. I've read your message before, Dan, but I haven't had time. I'm far too busy. But I'll probably start looking into how I'm going to do it on Monday and what I'm going to do and stuff like that and whether I need help and things like that. So I'll get back to you Monday afternoon on that.
Isn't engaging with this planet, why it isn't more overt. I don't know. I can only speculate. And maybe, as David Grush hinted to us in June of 2023, maybe there are agreements. I've never been able to get David to speak more on what he meant when he referred to agreements in his DOPSA, in his Defence Office pre-publication security review. But frankly, it's one of the things that I would like to see the Congress ask questions about, even if it's only in a skiff inside a secure room where it can be discussed confidentially. If there is an agreement with an NHI, I think the Congress and the world needs to know about it. Another possible reason that's been cited to me by people, and again, this is speculative, is maybe humankind needs to go through some kind of spiritual...
Your content is banging, bro. I wish it was banging. It's getting better. It's getting better. I can always improve, but I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Development, some kind of awareness, some kind of coming to terms with being human. I mean, frankly, we are a bunch of primitive apes. We're fighting trench wars in the early part of the 21st century, 100 years on from World War I, which was meant to be the war to end all wars. We're clubbing each other over the head. We're bombing each other in different parts of the world. We're a murderous, homicidal...
as well, because people have been asking me to do it. Doing merchandise, I'm just trying to work out which is the best app to use to keep it basically the cheapest thingy, because I've looked at a few others and they're so expensive. I'm thinking I ain't charging my fucking followers that for a fucking hoodie and a t-shirt. So I'm looking at the margin difference and stuff like that, and I don't care if I only make like 50p off fucking print on demand and stuff like that. I'm not making it, I'm not there making it. So the third thing that'll be happening is cups. So you can all have a cup for your cups of tea and stuff like that. And my logo looks absolutely smart on a cup in black. So keep an eye out for that coming out. Maybe a fridge magnet, something like that, t-shirt, woolly hats, caps, whatever. But yeah, I'll try it, whatever. Just drop it in the community on YouTube, what you want me to do, and I'll look into it for you. I'm hoping to get that by the end of the week. Next week. I ain't got time this week.
Brutal, often amoral being that, frankly, if I was being considered, if I was someone of an advanced technology considering us for admission to...
If 24 miles alien ship invasion, spiritual shift for density World War III aliens. What? If 24 miles alien ship alien invasion spiritual shift I did... You know you can break sentences up, right? What the fuck? Ibrahimovic, welcome. Are you related to the Ibrahimovic? I'll buy merchandise. Thank you, Sophie. I appreciate it. Maybe I can customize it. I don't know. Maybe I can put some like little custom names on it. Or maybe, I don't know. Will Knapp say more on Tuesday if he can get protection from his sources? I think he would. Yeah. I think George Knapp would go out. I think George Knapp would love to go there and just drop bombs and go, listen, I'm fucking nearly dead. Bam, bam, bam. Here, have this. Element 115. Here it is, motherfucker. And him getting carried out the fucking place. Like, 100%. I'd love to see that. Or he's running there and he just breaking news. George Knapp's heading for the exit, and then you see he goes down in like a blaze of glory. Maybe a bit too far, but you know what I mean. Bath towels, yeah, I can imagine it. Yeah, UFOs around the world, drying your bollocks since 2025. You're an 8, pal. I am not. I don't know what that means. You're an 8, pal. I am not. I don't know if she's insulting me, being nice to me, or I don't know. Noah's Ark, alas, 7, 9, 12 miles drone. Wine glasses, that'd be cool. A beer glass, that'd be good. And then you can send me images of you using it, and then I can end it to like an end screen or like Wi-Files does. But then I have to get a really catchy song, and get me dancing around the screen. No, I won't do that. That's too much copying. But I would definitely put like images up of people drinking cups of tea, drinking wine, drying their ass with a UFOs around the world towel. Vapes. I'm trying to quit my vape, so there's no nicotine. Not had no nicotine now for over a month. And she said she's not buying any more liquid now, so this is probably the last bit of liquid, then I'm done. Drying your anus. Yeah, UFOs around the world. Drying your anus since 2025. That's brilliant. I'm stealing that. You're not having it. You're not copyrighting it. That's mine. It's mine. I'll just send you a free towel. A travel mug so we can look at your logo whilst our UFO hunting and our drinks stay hot. Yeah. Kazzy disclosure. I am going to do some catchy logos. So if you've followed me for 2 years, you'll know that I've said some really funny things on lives and stuff like that. Just some random stuff. Maybe, like, for example, I was beamed up and wheelbarrowed and stuff like that. And if you was on that live, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I will take a butt towel. Morning, woke up early to see the blood moon. Oh, shit, the blood moon. Let me just have a look out the window. 1 minute. It has just gone like eerily dark, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to now at this time. Or at least there was a lot of cloud cover. Foil Hat Dan's just emailed me. Hi Matt, I would have a UFOs around the world butt plug, please. Thank you, love Dan. Foil hats. Yeah, no worries, Dan. Keep that to ourselves, yeah. Shit. It's a bit concerning, grown men wanting you in their ass. Oh, speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. I remember that live. The wheelbarrow coming cracked me up. Yeah, I'll get that in cups and t-shirts and stuff like that. For a laugh. Too cloudy over here. Sorry, I've not read your comment, Alex. I want first-hand witnesses, but with all what Rep Luna is saying, it seems they are being threatened by the powers. Let me just skip onto this a minute. They're being threatened by the powers to keep it quiet. You're right, yeah, they are. They're being threatened. Absolutely right. Are we still getting first-hand witnesses in the upcoming hearing, or have they all been threatened off? Well, we've got Dylan Boland, Nucatelli, and I don't think any of Wiggins, Alexandro Wiggins, I think, is a first-hand witness to what he's seen. But I still think it's weak. In fact, I'm only excited to hear what George Knapp says, because George Knapp spoke to a hell of a lot of people. He spoke to everybody, in fact. Anybody that's important on this topic he spoke to. Some of these people are dead. He's probably been told he can't speak about some things. If he gets the protection, would he just say, listen, this person's dead now, this person's dead, this is what they told me, this is where this is where that is. Just go out, do it. I keep having this image in my head that he gets tasered. He gets tasered and shut up and that, and I don't know, it's just me. Nucatelli witnessed a UFO pissed up at a barbecue. Is that honestly what his story is? Lots of activity in Cannock, Chase and Staffordshire shoot. Yes, so much shit that is down south, and that's like miles away from me, man. It's like, need some more north stuff. Might save you from getting probed at foil hats. Phil Keller. Plug in Uranus. Twat, yes. Dan wants to be probed now, Matt. Yeah, obviously. It's only human. Yes, the two are weak, but George, I hope he comes out with it all. 3A Atlas, if a 7 mile or 9 mile to 12 mile big, it should be Astro drone hitting Earth around 2020. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm having a fucking stroke reading what you're putting there. I don't mean that in the nicest possible way. I just feel like I thought I was having a stroke then reading that. If 3i Atlas is 24 miles big, it can be alien invasion on Earth. I think what you're saying... no. I respect you and appreciate you, and I love that you're here, but I really struggle with your English here. If anybody would like to try and break that down for me in the comments, feel free. I hope Nat makes a scene at the hearing. Yeah, I hope he does. It kicks off, slaps people around the head and stuff like that. Try and get Sean Ryder on your show. Oh, that'd be mad. Innit? Twisting my melon, man. Yeah, let's get him on. 2 Manchester lads. Let's do it. What are you laughing at, Alex? Not funny. He has seen UFOs. Oh, okay. Yes, the two are weak, but George, I hope, comes out. Well, George has seen stuff. Did anybody watch his Investigation Alien, where he was speaking about the aliens basically harvesting us and stuff like that? And for him to come out and say that after 30 odd years researching, right, to put that in his episode 1 tells you everything about George Knapp. He thinks there's something dark to this. And I'm fully on board with that. I'm fully on board that this is something dark and there's something sinister going on here. And I don't care how many times I have to mention this in my lives or my videos. There is something terrible, and I mean fucking terrible, going on with the children. And I think Kai Dickens might be uncovering something here with the telepathy things where it might link, and I think it will link, to what's been going on and what they've known about for decades about some of these children, non-verbal and stuff like that. And people just laughing and thinking telepathy is a joke and, we're all fucking tinfoil hat weirdos and stuff like that. Just fuck them. Like, literally just fuck them. What is your opinion on the small greys being possibly robots, autonomous drones? Well, yeah, funnily enough, I said that today to someone. There's documents where one of the greys was found, body was cut open, and there was electrical wires hanging out of him. And this story's from the 50s or the 60s. So he had it cut open here. This is that crash site, and there was wires hanging out of him. And that's when they realised that these are AI drones, or not AI drones, they're AI robots, androids that are probably doing the dirty work for whatever species is out there. And it makes sense. If you look at what we're doing now with our primitive science and technology understanding, it is still very primitive. At the end of this year, Tesla robots are going to be in people's houses. We're months away from Tesla robots being in people's houses. So when we're advanced, those robots will advance and they'll be doing all sorts of things. We won't be the ones going to Mars. There'll be robots going to Mars. We're doing it arse over tit. We're sending humans when really you want to get the AI advanced. I think we're close to being able to do that. Getting the AI advanced enough to put them on a mission, to activate them when it's needed on that planet, absolutely fine. Cost effective as well. They won't need half the shit that you'd need to keep humans alive and stuff like that, and they can do all the work for us. Right? Why are they not doing that? Elon wants to send humans, surely you'd want to send robots. Your business is about robots and stuff like that, and Neuralink and, robots, I think. It's too risky sending humans. I'm telling you now, a mission to Mars with humans will end in disaster. I'm telling you now, it will end in fucking disaster. How much are the butter plugs interested in friends? Don't know. Be cheap. Depends on the size. I bet Corbell has another hissy fit like last year. They should do a better test. Yes, Matt, we are being harvested for eons, yeah. So I guarantee Jeremy Corbell will be sat there in the background like that with his beard going. Absolutely fuming that George Knapp's up there. He wants to be there. He wants to be the centre boy. The weirdos are the ones not wearing foil hats. I'll have to wear a foil hat Tuesday now, won't I? Who as children had continuous dreams of flying, jumping really high and sleepwalking night terrors are connected, all connected, I think. I feel the X-Files has a lot of real information within certain episodes. There were some elements of truth with X-Files, that's for sure, yeah. You're right there. Let's have a look at some of the latest UFO things before I wind down the live. Latest UFO footage. See if there's anything I've missed today. 1 day ago, 5 unbelievable new sightings caught on camera. Skywatch TV. Should we have a look? I've seen this. Do you know, I think, right, Div, I've not got it on the screen for you ever. 1 minute. So, I think this is something blowing. I don't think this is anything with any propulsion. I don't think this is anything alien. I think it's a bit of trickery, a bit of let's just watch it again a minute.
Executing a sharp, curved maneuver before straightening its path and shooting forward at incredible speed. Its motion didn't resemble a plane, a drone, or anything familiar.
I don't know, what do people think in the comments? Can you make the beads shaped like sauce? God, you're still going on about butt plugs. Right, fine, I will do it. Men. Men. Right. Let's go.
Leaving more questions than answers. When posted online, the video quickly caught attention, sparking debate about what the object might have been. The leading suggestion...
This was recorded slow-mo, though. Could it not be one of those rod things? Yeah, it also could be half reversed. I also looked into that this bit is forward and someone's launched something and it's in reverse because it seems off with the actual footage, and it is possible to do that, add a reverse part into a video now as well.
Was that it could have been an arrow, since the area around the Malvern Hills has both an archery range and an archery supply shop nearby. However, that theory quickly fell apart as
that's not a fucking arrow.
The footage clearly shows the object descending from the sky rather than rising from the ground. Additionally, its curved path makes it behave nothing like an arrow. With no clear...
It could just be something that was up in the sky and it's floated down and it's come at a pace and come across the thing like that.
Explanation, the strange object remains
I just don't think it's anything alien. That's just my
Despite
opinion.
plenty of online discussion, no one has been able to say for certain what was caught on camera. In June 2023, a short piece of footage was recorded over Long Beach, California, though it wouldn't surface online until more than 2 years later, in August 2025. The clip didn't come directly from the witness, but was passed along through a friend of a friend, adding to the mystery.
Right, I'll be back in a second, so we'll get a drink.
The video, just 18 seconds long, shows a metallic orb hovering high in the sky. At the very start, the object abruptly shifts direction, in a way that feels unnatural. Moments later, the orb seems to pick up speed, but this effect is actually caused by the car accelerating during the recording. The initial sharp turn, however, appears to have been made by the orb itself, since the car was completely still at the beginning of the video. When it spread online, many dismissed the object as a balloon. However, that explanation wasn't widely accepted, since a drifting balloon wouldn't be capable of such sudden movements before returning to a hover. At the same time, the lack of additional context, such as how long the object remained visible or how it eventually vanished, left many unconvinced that this was anything extraordinary. Still, the sighting quickly drew attention because it fit into a broader pattern. Since mid-2025, reports of shiny metallic orbs appearing around the world have been on the rise. And just like most of them, the Long Beach object remains without a clear explanation. The next sighting takes us back to June 1st, 2021, when a strange video emerged from Hanoi, Vietnam. Unlike most sightings, this one had no direct witness account. Instead, the footage came from a fixed surveillance camera pointed at the city skyline during a thunderstorm. At first, the scene looks ordinary, two buildings under a dark sky and lightning flashing in the distance. But in those brief bursts of light, a massive saucer-shaped object appears for a split second before vanishing back into the darkness.
So that's went down there for a drink.
The effect made the
So got
clip
one.
stand out when it later aired on local television.
And I thought I might need another one in a bit.
Reporter covered the sighting,
Got
though the
one as well.
details remain unclear since the broadcast was never translated. At the time, the recording
I
didn't
didn't choose
spread
the
beyond
genius
local
life.
news and gathered little attention outside Vietnam. Only years later, in 2025,
What have I
did the
missed?
video resurface online. Light, a massive saucer-shaped object appears for a split second before vanishing back into the dark.
It's a fucking cloud. That's not a saucer. Fuck off.
Badman spent much of 2025 scanning the night skies with a Psionics Aurora night vision color camera. What began as a personal hobby turned into a year-long project with the
Tonight I'm on vodka with pineapple and coconut.
user setting up the camera on clear nights, sometimes holding it by hand, sometimes leaving it mounted on a tripod to quietly record for hours. Over time, he built up a collection of strange footage. In a 6-minute compilation shared online, around 10 clips reveal luminous orbs drifting, darting, and streaking across the night sky. Some move slowly, others cut across the frame at remarkable speed. A few even left brief glowing trails behind them. To provide a clear point of reference, the uploader began the video by filming a passing airplane. Its shape and flashing strobe lights were instantly recognizable, features absent from the other objects he recorded over the year.
Do you know, some of you lot though, some of you have followed me for ages, like, and actually, I feel like I know yous. It's weird.
None of the glowing orbs displayed lights or characteristics.
Because the people that haven't commented but are watching, you better start commenting, or I'm going to start nicknaming you Jimmy Saviles. Come on, get commenting. Stop hiding in the bushes.
That matched conventional aircraft. Speculation quickly followed. While some insisted the objects were airplanes seen from odd perspectives, others proposed satellites, meteors, or even the ISS. Any of these could account for the sightings, yet none has been firmly verified. As of now, the Kingsville recordings remain without a definitive explanation. Whether these glowing orbs were simply misidentified objects or something beyond the ordinary remains an open question. In mid-August 2020,
Yeah, there was like 60, 70 people in before, and it was the same people commenting. It's like, I think it's about 40 odd people now, and it's the same 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people commenting. Where are the other comment people? Comment, ask me a question or something. Give me shit, troll me. I don't care. Just do something. Don't be shy.
a video began spreading across social media showing what appears to be a luminous...
I do see all the stats. I do see who's in my live. So don't think I don't know. I see you. So you better comment.
...object with several flashing lights, seemingly resting just a few meters above the ground. At first...
Long time lurker. Yes. There we go.
Glance, many
Sometimes the long-time lurkers are the funniest people as well.
viewers believed they were looking at a massive
I don't think they are, but sometimes they are.
disc-shaped UFO. The origin of the footage, however, raises questions. While speculation
There's some great Mexico. Oh, that's breaking news, actually. Let me see if I can find that right now. Brazil are having a UFO hearing in September. I forgot before. Yep, public hearing. 16th of September 2025. Brazil's National Congress will hold a public hearing about UFOs on September the 16th, 2025. I try my best to stay off Reddit, by the way, because it's the most infiltrated bullshit, and the majority of the traffic is from, is it Wright Patterson? Or something like that. Full of disinformation.
pointed to Kazakhstan as the location. The account that first uploaded the video.
My mum always said I was funny, or was it special? She did. You're right, she did. Owls are powerful signs. Me too. Sharon Magner. Are you a little peeping watcher as well? Come on, get talking, people. Get talking to each other, by the way, you know. We're all friends here.
Belongs to an elderly man living in rural Russia.
Christ, I'm gay and I don't even own a butt plug, for fuck's sake. Okay. Too much information, but maybe I'll get you one for your birthday. And if you don't like it, you can go and fuck yourself. Literally.
His page mostly features photos of landscapes and quiet country life, which only deepens the uncertainty of where this recording actually took place. Filmed at night and from a distance, the clip shows a cluster of lights forming what looks like a disc, hovering 2 to 3 meters above the ground. According to the uploader, the object remained motionless for some time before vanishing without explanation. Skeptics suggest the lights may...
Lord Leander's urine Lookpal order UFOs around the world's butt plug for only $15.99 today. And get free UFOs around the world anal beads. Long time lurker, yeah. Brazil have... Do you know, I'm tempted to just create the butt plugs and see who buys it.
Simply belong to a distant town, an illusion created by the perspective of the camera. Yet without knowing the precise filming location, this theory can't be confirmed.
Thoughts on Jake Barber, plant or not? I think, yeah, I'm not a massive fan. Something definitely off of him. He's just got one of them faces I don't like. I don't like his face. I don't trust him. Everything about him. Yeah, I'm confident I'll be proven right on him. I don't trust him. I think he's false. I think the way he acts around people is false. He has a motive.
Adding to the mystery,
Louise Hart laughing, loving. Another stalk, another, what's it, a lurker.
the lights don't
Some of you
appear
lurkers still haven't commented yet, and I will expose you.
flicker like ordinary street lamps or headlights. Instead, they flash in a seemingly organized pattern, which some argue could point to a structured craft rather than random ground lights. Others argue this effect could just as easily be caused by the camera's digital sensor struggling in low light conditions. Because of the poor video quality and the lack of additional context, the true nature of what was captured remains unresolved. Whether the lights were an ordinary sight misinterpreted or something truly extraordinary,
what do you think of this footage? It's
remains unknown. But most
sad
important,
though, because that could be something that could be like hills there, and that could be a road that we can't see because it's dark. So these pieces of footage are always a bit.
if you want to see the most intriguing UFO footage of 2025, click the video appearing on your screen right.
Let's have another look at one more video, then we'll call it a night. And I might join someone else's live in a bit.
Where you can do whatever you want.
Ooh, no thanks. Now it goes up my
relaxed, slow.
Why? I thought you said you was you know.
Today's first sighting.
If I was, but I wouldn't do it any other way. I'm doing it because I want things up my butt. What's the point otherwise? That's 100%. If I was that way, I'd be a bottom. 100%. Pointless otherwise. Pointless. So I'd be a bottom. Just everything would be stuck up me. If I was a woman for 24 hours, I'd be in hospital with things stuck up me. They'd have to remove it like that. Just broom handles, links, canisters, everything would be stuff stuck up me. I'd just experiment. People I didn't like, stuck up me.
Was shared online by Reddit user Professional Pay, who explained that while his mother was going through his late father's photo library, she discovered 2 live photos of an unidentified flying object. In the first image, a metallic craft appears high in the sky. In the second, the object is slightly tilted and seems closer to the ground. The Redditor noted that his father had never shown interest in paranormal topics and had never mentioned witnessing a UFO. The timestamps on the photos align with a weekend trip his father took with friends in 2024.
We want to see the Bieber hair. Yeah, I've not watched it today, it's a bit of a mess, so when I haven't started it, it's just cap day. It's just too hard to maintain. Just easy just to put it. But people are usually amazed how much is under the cap.
Though Professional Pay has not disclosed the exact location of the sighting. His father's friends claim they have no memory of seeing anything unusual, suggesting that the object went unnoticed.
I don't know, there's an interview with Jason Sands. We did an interview on TikTok with Jason Sands. It's on my YouTube. Make sure to check it out. But I'm sort of bored of Jason Sands' story now, if I'm being honest with you. Same with Avi Loeb, bored of him. Yeah.
The photos were
I think talking to everyday people is more fun for me. Getting your experiences. If you've had experiences interviewing you, we've got a few people lined up. Me and Dan are going to be interviewing Brad next Friday. I've got that Sevens, I can't remember her name, Sevens. Speak to her and her daughter. I'm going to do like a collections of that where we find out like if her daughter's special and stuff like that. Is it a daughter or a son? I can't fucking remember. Because I'm interested in the telepathy tapes. Anybody that's non-verbal or anybody that thinks they've got some ability, I'm open to that. Really open to that.
Taken. Despite the clear depiction of a metallic saucer,
like Marge Simpson. I know it's not like Marge Simpson hair. Or, you know what it is? I wrapped it in a towel, so I wrapped me, right? And then I'd pulled it off just for the video, and it was just lay as it was. Usually I just like puff it out when it's there. Still like I wet and shake it. I don't brush it. I just wet, dry shake. That's it. Lord, you should try. It's amazing. I had an ego death one time and had entities communicating telepathically with me. I'm surprised you're not from Liverpool with that mullet.
Both images. Many questioned their authenticity. Skepticism arose from the...
Hello, Flying Disc. You are really late. You are late. If this was a football match, you've come just as the final whistle's gone.
fact that the Reddit account posting them was created shortly before the images were uploaded. Additionally, Professional Pay never returned to answer questions or provide further details. Due to the lack of information surrounding the photos, it is
What do you think of this photo? You think it's real? What?
uncertain whether they capture a genuine sighting or were simply fabricated as an internet hoax. On March 10th at 7:37 p.m., a witness observing Mars unexpectedly recorded something unusual. Using a telescope with a 210 millimeter aperture and 1,680 millimeter focal length, with a 21 to 7 millimeter eyepiece providing up to 240 times magnification, they initially saw only a bright red dot in the sky, similar to Mars. To the naked eye, it looked like a star, but the footage revealed something far stranger, an object emitting a strong yellow light at its center, surrounded by about a dozen smaller lights. Due to the darkness, the exact shape of the object was difficult to determine.
Should set up a CE5 protocol event and see if and I think we should get one of those proton lights, and I think we should get that mobile phone app. It's £5, which apparently allows you to communicate with things, and this is what Patrick Jackson told us in the interview. And I need to upload that Q&A, by the way, to my YouTube. I'll upload that tonight if I get time, or I'll do it tomorrow. The Q&A with Patrick Jackson that we did on TikTok. Forgot all about that. So yeah, there's an app. It's in my interview. So if you go to my interview, I think it's at the end. There's a website. Click on that, and it takes you. And it's like you scan the barcode, download the app for a £5, and you can communicate with things. Apparently, I've not tried it yet. Billy Buffon, jealous of the volume of your hair. It's not bad for 39, I suppose. Yeah, it's not bad. I have a memory of me and my family seeing a UFO in Portugal, yet they claim I'm mad. The thing is, listen, I'm still called mad. It's only on social media. It's only here where I feel like I'm accepted. I get shit all the time. Luckily, I can handle it, and I give it back tenfold. But yeah, to have an actual conversation with someone on this topic, it's very rare that I get to do it off social media, where I'm sat down somewhere talking to someone face to face. Very hard to get that. So many people are just too shit scared to open up to it. Did you use the Codex tool, Matt? I've not used it yet. I'm ordering the Proton Light and getting sized for a straight jacket. What phone app? Let me go to my video. Let me see if I can find it for you. I'll show you. So, I hope you all got the notification bell clicked, by the way. Make sure you click the notification bell on my YouTube. So if I go to this... No, I don't want to do that. If I go to... It should be in my description, actually. So I go...
With Google...
Back. Go on here. View your channel. Right, so this one here.
Nice.
Oh, there it is. So it's called www.pheretech.com. www.pheretech. Right, Sphere Tech, whatever it's called there. So it's the Q Scope, that's £75. Then you've got the Q Code Gold, which is £165. And then you've got the Q Code application for Android, which is £5. This is alternative for Q Code device, ready to be installed to your Android mobile phone. Great to use inside haunted houses. This application can trigger paranormal activity in a matter of seconds. Please use with care as far as an app that can increase paranormal activity and start unusual things to happen. Interesting, right? Nobody wants to know they are all comfortable. Mr. Human, I've just figured out Jake Barber. He's selling mind to machine black tech. He's a black tech salesman for the US government. What phone app? I'm showing you the phone app, people, if this is what you want to know. So if you want to spend £75 or £165, by all means go on this. This is the website, Sphere Tech. This is the book that I read, by the way, $9.99. Highly recommend it. The Sphere Network. I've not read this one, so I can't go into this. People in the UK will know what East Drive is. It's the demon house, the most haunted house in the UK. His investigations were part of that, and he seemed that these things are working like clockwork. So we want to try and do something together and actually go to these locations. Who'd like to do that with me? Like, go to these locations, spend 3 nights there, and see what we can capture. Damn, I need an Android phone. I don't know if you can get it on... Can we get it on Apple? I'll speak to him. I'll message him. Same with all my spiritual stuff. That's a Bible depiction of an angel. What is? do want to see these lights, and because this is where's the video? Have you seen this?
You got the triangle right here.
This
is the
gets
this
obliterated.
Is the formation that is horizontal formation, which means the target is above or below, and that right there is the target getting blown up.
Something just blew the hell up. It was orbiting, and now it blew up, and it's in outer space, and it's no longer there.
That's some insane footage there.
Now, if the data is correct, Beatrice should be able to spot these up in the upper atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? When was this recorded? Did you say? Did I miss that?
Oh, I've got a video here somewhere. I've got the video date somewhere.
So something outside of our planet destroyed something, for whatever reason. I'll be honest with you, like his stories, when you listen to him, is the most fascinating. The fact he's only been on Area 52 is the biggest one he's going. I think he's going. Is it George Norrie? Who's George Norrie now? I can't remember off the top of my head. George Norrie. Let me have a look. George Norrie. Ah, right, okay. Oh, it's Coast to Coast. He's going on George Norrie. So, and he's Area 51. And I got him nice and early, by the way. And I got a Q&A with him. I've had nearly 3 hours with Patrick Jackson. And an hour and a bit of that was live with you lot. So don't say I never help yous. And I gave everybody the opportunity to come up and speak to him as well. So many people's ass went, ooh, can't ask him anything now. It's your own fault. Something's just been obliterated.
So the thing is,
we'll get him on again, though.
Yeah. So the thing is that this is actually.
You ever had an
common.
out-of-body experience? No, close though.
So this was filmed in my own back garden. And what you see is these flashes deep in space. You see that?
Yeah, yeah. We need a part 2 about Space Wars. Yeah. Well, I'll speak to him. I know he's going to be busy. He's flying out, I think, possibly this weekend to go and do the George Norrie. So we'll get him again just before the George Norrie goes live. That'd be perfect timing again, right? So we can sort of whore him out. We'll sort of send him away like a pimp, and then we whore him out. I don't think he'll mind me saying that. He's got a sense of humour. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I need to cover at the minute. I want to save my energy for Tuesday. Please make sure you come and support my stream. I'm going to be doing the live Congress. I'm going to be nice and early. Don't be going to these bigger channels at the minute on YouTube, right? Because they don't care about you. They don't care about you. I care about you, and I'll spend time talking to you. They won't. They just comment on the top 2 comments, and then they'll ignore every single person. I'm different. I care about you. File that. What are you laughing at, Dan? I'll block you. File that. Like your plan. Yeah. Big one Tuesday with you, Matt. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Ian. That's what I'm saying. Could be something really, like, not only that, you know, if it's shit, I'm going to make you laugh, and I'm going to say it's shit. And everybody's got the right to clip my live. So make sure you've got your screen record ready, because at any moment I could say something legendary and you could go viral with it. So make sure everybody's free to share it. There's no copyright or anything. Anything I share on that live, you can free. If you got your own social media channels, go and share it yourself. I don't care. Put it out there. They don't help the carry on helping after a year. Respect my view. They don't help and carry on helping after a year. Respect my view. That's true, and that's why I've cut ties with 2 people today. I've unfollowed them. I can't be arsed with them. 2 biggest content creators that I helped, and I can't be arsed with them. They're ignorant fucks. And I don't need them, really. I don't need anybody. Like, I'm loyal to people that are loyal to me, but I just I just generally don't like people, I'll be honest with you. I think the majority of the population are a bunch of freaks. I just think they're all out to shit on one another. It's very rare you'll find people that don't want to shit on you, or people that are genuinely happy for you without a hint of jealousy involved. It's generally jealousy and hate. And no one really cares about people. I hate that. So when I help people, and I do it all the time, you have no idea how many times I try and help people to this day, just helping. I spend most of my time saying, I'll help you do this, help you do that. I ask for nothing in return, but then when I do ask for the odd thing here and there, and it's nothing major, it's usually for them to jump on board with something that I want to do. Just get ignored, so I'm like, you know what, fuck you then. Your man Knightley. Daniel Knightley is not my man, let me tell you that. He's someone that commented once. I told him to create his own channel. He did create his own channel, do his own thing. Do I follow Daniel Knightley? I can't remember. Ashton Forbes. No, I like Ashton. I want a live with Ashton. Yep. Jesse Michaels, even sus to me in a way. There's just a few people that I've lost interest in helping, or even contacting, or even just trying to think you with and stuff like that. And yes, you do know him. And you're probably shocked when you find out I just totally cut ties with them, but I don't give a shit. Like I said, I don't need them. There's nothing I can learn from them. All I can do is help them with their channel, and I can't be arsed with them. Jesse Michaels even sus to me in a way. Jesse Michaels, I like Jesse Michaels, I really do, but he does get some... The bigger you get, the more you've got to be suspicious, and I get that. People are suspicious of me on TikTok. Oh, he's got so many followers and stuff. Really? I wish that I was sus like that. But I can understand like people like Jesse Michaels that are able to like fly. If I start flying around all of a sudden, I'm all over the world doing this, right? And then, yeah, you can be a bit sus. Like, am I making that much good money on this or something? Or am I just like... Some people just seem to be able to do that straight away, and that's what's really sus. Maybe they're just born with a silver spoon and stuff like that. Vetted, I'd guess. I don't really follow... No, I've got nothing against Vetted. It's just a news channel. I used to speak to... I still speak to Patrick actually on X and stuff like that every now and again. He doesn't really reply though. Again, he's one that doesn't really... He'll be live on Tuesday. Feel free to go and watch his live, but you'd be surprised how many... If you want your comment mentioning, you'll have to do a super chat or something like that. There's a difference. And if you go and check his videos and then look at the comments and his engagement, he'll comment on the first few comments. Generally doesn't bother commenting back. Takes, what's the word, criticism harsh as well. As you see on X, he doesn't like being criticised. But I've got nothing against him. It's just not for me. Loyalty goes a long way. It does go a long way, yeah. Gary McKinnon, Philip Kelly. Hey. I'd like to get Gary McKinnon on. Can we not get a good hackers to get stuff from NASA? Gary McKinnon, yeah. Gary McKinnon's on YouTube. I'd really like to get Gary McKinnon on. Right, I'm waffling on now. I'm supposed to be ending the stream about half an hour ago. I'll be there for the hearing live. Nice to hear it, Sophia. Thank you very much. Would love to know who funds Jesse. I think he's made that much money he can fund himself now. You got to remember, every video he does, he's got advertisements there as well. So he's advertising. His videos are sometimes like 2 to 3 hours long, and I've noticed in some of his videos he's advertising 2 or 3 different products. So that's a lot of money that he's potentially getting, and then it can range from what your views are. And if he's hitting a hell of a lot of fucking views, they'll pay him a lot more money. He could be earning thousands just for that one product and thousands for another product. So yeah, it's very easily done. Very easily done. Maybe I'll get to that level one day, and maybe I can quit my job and do this full time and go and travel all over the place, but I don't know. Long way off that yet. But the people that do this, by the way, they've got less followers than me. Like, some of them got like less followers than me. So it's either I'm just not putting the commitment, the energy into making the money on it, that they are. I don't know. See you Tuesday, mate. I'll see you. Peter Thiel. I'll do a video on Peter Thiel. Roll on GNAP Tuesday, yes. I'll get the thumbnail up tomorrow. I'll do the thumbnail tomorrow. What do you think the thumbnail should be? What should I add in the thumbnail? What should I add in the thumbnail for the Tuesday live? Get SEO keywords so I pop up nice and early on people's feeds. I've got to be entertaining. Put a foil hat on? Is that what I do do I make myself look an absolute dick to get the attention? I don't know. See, if I was to be able to go live on my YouTube, my TikTok, and my Facebook, I'd kill it. I think I'd kill it. 100%. I'd take it. The fact that I don't think I'm going to be able to do both, it's going to really piss me off. I'm going to have to work it out tomorrow how I'm going to do it. Might have to be two separate things, I don't know. I'll have to work it out. You're not a grifter, Matt. You're a truth seeker, pal. There's a big difference. Yeah, there is. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to be having to create a video thinking, oh, I need to get this right. Oh, I don't want to offend people because my sponsors might not want me. I might lose my channel. Then I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. Get off my ass and pay my bills myself with my money that I make from my everyday job. This is a hobby, and if I can make a bit, it's just a hobby in it. So a long hobby, a 20-odd year hobby, nearly 30 years. I've wrapped one of the baseball caps in tinfoil. Yeah. That's what we want to be doing. Tinfoil caps. Right, I think I'm going to go. Not missed any comments. No. Right, go. Right, folks, I'm going to go. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you hit that notification bell because Tuesday you will get notified. If you're in work, you've got bellyache, you go to the toilet, put some chocolate spread in your hands, put it down your pants. I've let it go. They have to send you home. Look at it. If you work in food and stuff like that as well, if you shit yourself, they have to send you home because it's hygiene stuff and that. So you have to come home and you have to spend 48 hours away from the place as well. So it's perfect. So you can come home nice and early, get a drink because you know you're not in the following day because you put fucking chocolate spread down your pants and shit yourself. So don't worry about it. They have to send you home. Right.